Hello, welcome to Emerald Lake. Oh, sorry, that's my favorite. It's taking just a second to get things set again. I don't know. I figured out my mic arm, so I'll be fixing that. The sounds for that are back on the menu. There we go. Hi, I'm here. We've got the frogs here. There we go. We're here for some more fairy tales tonight. I'm very excited to get cozy. Fat! Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot to do that. Fat! Thank you. Wow. 4 months. Big commitment. Kate! Actually 4 months already. This cozy like frogs and the guardian deer woman. Thank you. That is properly Scratch. You're all doing this. It's so cute. Okay. Little bunny frog time, right? Where's this? Where's this? There we go. One for each of you. And I'll do it 2 more times. Thank you for those. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes, bunny frogs. Okay. Thank yous. Alright. Look at all the frogs. It's so green. Okay. Letting me have a good little giggle. Thank you. It's good to know that I'll see you guys more. You'll be subscribed. You're not leaving just yet. Ah! What the heck is that? A bunch of little individuals too. Thank you. Oh, I have a feeling I know where they came from. They're leftovers. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Well, I was gonna say that I'm sorry I didn't do my stream this morning afternoon time, or first thing for different time zones. But I will be doing origami this week for those, so we'll get the origami going tomorrow. Ooh, well, we are an English stream, just so you know, so that we can all keep up together. But I'm doing good. How are you doing? Welcome in, Ian Multiverse. Welcome in. Oh, I should do this. What was my other thing? I was doing oh yes. I have to get the next story prepped. So the last time that we were reading the fairy tales, we got some interesting ones. Some goofiness, some fun. This is the next one we're going to. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Ian Multiverse. Yes, okay. So our first story is Farmer Weatherbeard. That's what we'll be starting out with. Interesting name. It should be over here. That's why there was troubles. My brain is very foggy right now. I don't know why. Hey, didn't get banned. Yes. And when we read it out and I talk to... Oh, I'm so awful with names sometimes. Person. When we talk to person, hi Dad Noah, they were saying kind of the rules because it seemed that they knew better. Was it Alta Maria? Again, I'm not good with names. So I need to work on that, practice a bit more. Yeah, she was saying exactly the lines. Yeah, my memory has definitely been not great here and there. Um, but she was helpful for that. So actually, theoretically, not properly, not for sure, we could do more spicy stream like that. But for now, we'll keep going with wholesome stories to read. Cage! Oh my goodness. You guys. You making a little hype happen? Thank you very much. So you didn't archive the stream as well. Another 50 Cage, what the hell? Don't do that. Don't waste the monies. Come on. But thank you. We got to level. The next level of hype, isn't it? Yeah, just 2. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't archive it? You mean like it's not in VOD? I could have swore that I just didn't put it in. Never actually made an origami stream before. Oh, well, tomorrow, Rose, we should be doing the origami streams, and I'll do that Monday, Tuesday. Maybe I'll squeeze in a Wednesday because I didn't show up for today, but I'll do at least a couple of origami streams this round. What was? Right. It was the put up this story, because now I know what we are reading. I can type that out finally. Got a decent idea for a read stream. Which kind of read? Here we go. Here we go. Farmer Weatherbeard is the story that we are going to do, so I'm putting that up. Should be interesting. Okay. Snapped. Okay. Yeah, let's jump into the story. How about that? Let's go ahead. Yeah. Farmer Weatherbeard. Alrighty. Oh, goodness. Very eepy raven you've got on your hands. Just a warning. Don't forget to submit your redeems while we're reading so that when we get to the end of the story, I can jump right into redeems. Oh, take lore from a movie, game, or something, put it through Google Translate a bunch of times, then go English and read it out. Might be fun. The Google Translate back and forth things, those are interesting. I mean, we could do that. I don't know how entertaining it'll be, but I can try it for sure. If you haven't joined the Discord, you can join the Discord and drop the specific thing in the story sharing is where we do read recommendations, and you can put that in there, and I'll remember to add it to my list of things that I want to do. Yippee! Ah! Okay. Farmer Weatherbeard. Here we go. But I will definitely try it. Hades, not the villain. We'll do it. Okay. There was once upon a time a man and a woman who had an only son, and he was called Jack. Hey, we've got another Jack for the Jack universe. Who was it that was keeping track of the Jack universe? I remember that happening. They wanted to keep track of all the Jacks. Like the Jack my Hedgehog. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Jack and the Beanstalk. All the Jacks. Here we go. There's going to be another Jack. The woman thought that it was his duty to go out to service and told her husband that he was to take him somewhere. You must get him in such a good place that he will become master of all masters, she said. And then she put some food and a roll of tobacco in a bag for them. Well, they went to a great many masters, but all said that they could make the lad as good as they were themselves, but better than that they could not make him. When the man came home to the old woman with this answer, she said, I shall be equally well pleased whatever you do with him, but this I do say, that you are to have him made a master over all masters. Then she once more put some food and a roll of tobacco into the bag, and the man and his son had to set out again. When they had walked some distance, they got upon the ice, and there they met a man in a carriage. They met a man in a carriage who was driving a black horse. Where are you going? He said. I have to go and get my son apprenticed to someone who will be able to teach him a trade, and for my old woman comes of such well-to-do folk that she insists on his being taught to be master of all masters. Ah. Oh, said the man. That's why I wasn't. The man said all of that. Anyway. We are not ill met then, said the man who was driving, for I am the kind of man who can do that, and I am just looking out for such an apprentice. Get up behind with you, he said to the boy, and off the horse went with him straight up into the air. No, wait a little, screamed the father of the boy. I ought to know what your name is and where you live. Oh, I am at home both in the north and the south and the east and the west, and I am called Farmer Weatherbeard, said the master. You may come here again in a year's time, and then I will tell you if the lad suits me. Okay, then they set off again and were gone. So in a year he'll tell you if he likes your son? Or like the son that has, I would think. Okay, whatever. We'll find out. They'll explain. When the man got home, the old woman inquired what had become of the son. Heaven only knows what has become of him, said the man. They went up aloft, and then he told her what had happened. But when the woman heard that, and found that the man did not at all know either when the son would be out of his apprenticeship, or where he had gone, she packed him off again to find out, and gave him a bag of food and a roll of tobacco to take away with him. When he had walked for some time, he came to a great wood. Oh, this is bad, sorry. They came to a great wood, and it stretched before him all day long as he went on. And when night began to fall, he saw a great light, and went towards it. After a long, long time, he came to a small hut at the foot of a rock, outside which an old woman was standing, drawing water up from a well with her horse. Nope. With her nose. It was so long. She used her nose? What? Okay. Confused. But hey, Tetra, you joined the membership thing. Thank you for the subscription as well. We've got other people's. I guess I should have added a 4 now. We've got 3 other people that did it at the same time tonight, so I thought that was funny. You've joined just a little bit after. Okay, so this woman at the well with a stupid long nose, I guess. Ooh, Hades, great. I will be adding your story recommendations to my little spreadsheet later. Yes, all right. Oh, goodness. He's at a small hut. And there's a woman at the well with her nose. Very long nose. Good evening, mother, said the man. Good evening to you, too, said the old woman. No one has called me mother this 100 years. "Can I lodge here tonight?" said the man. "No," said the old woman, but the man took out his roll of tobacco, lighted a little of it, and then gave her a whiff. Then she was so delighted that she began to dance, and thus the man got leave to stay the night there. Okay. It was not long before he asked about Farmer Weatherbeard. She said that she knew nothing about him, but that she ruled over all the 4-footed beasts, and some of them might know him. This is going to be one of those, this person will take you, no, this person will take you, no, this person will take you. But okay. She rules over all 4-footed beasts, so one of them might know him. So she gathered them all together by blowing a whistle which she had, and questioned them. But there was not one of them which knew anything about Farmer Weatherbeard. "Well," said the old woman, "there are 3 of us sisters. It may be that one of the other 2 knows where he is to be found. You shall have the loan of my horse and carriage, and then you will get there by night. But her house is 300 miles off. Go the nearest way you will." The man set out and got there at night. When he arrived, the old woman was also standing drawing water out of the well with her nose. "Good evening, mother," said the man. "Good evening to you," said the old woman. "No one has ever called me mother this 100 years." "Can I lodge here tonight?" said the man. "No," said the old woman. Then he took out the roll of tobacco, took a whiff, and gave the old woman some snuff on the back of her hand. Then she was so delighted that she began to dance, and the man got leave to stay all night. It was not long before he began to ask about Farmer Weatherbeard. She knew nothing about him, but she ruled over all the fishes, she said, and perhaps some of them might know something. So she gathered them all together by blowing a whistle which she had, and questioned them. But there was not one of them which knew anything about Farmer Weatherbeard. "Well," said the old woman, "I have another sister. Perhaps she may know something about him. She lives 600 miles off, but you shall have my horse and carriage, and then you will get there by nightfall." You sure you're not reading the same thing twice? Yes, they're just very repetitive, and we'll get another one. As I said, it's one of those, I don't know, but they might know, and then I don't know, but they might know. This is the way of the old fairy tales. Okay, so she's 600 miles off. You get her carriage, not just the horse. You'll get there by nightfall. So the man set off, and he got there by nightfall. The old woman was standing, raking the fire, and she was doing it with her nose. She was raking the fire with her nose? What? So long it was, they say. "Good evening, mother," said the man. "Good evening to you," said the old woman. "No one has called me mother this 100 years. "Can I lodge here tonight?" said the man. "No," said the old woman. But the man pulled out his roll of tobacco again, and filled his pipe with some of it, and gave the old woman enough to snuff to cover the back of her hand. Then she was so delighted that she began to dance, and the man got leave to stay in her house. It was not long before he asked about Farmer Weatherbeard. She knew nothing at all about him, she said, but she governed all the birds, and she gathered them together with her whistle. When she questioned them all, the eagle was not there, but it came soon afterwards, and when asked, it said that it had just come from Farmer Weatherbeard's. Then the old woman said that it was to guide the man to him. But the eagle would have something to eat first, and then it wanted to wait until the next day, for it was so tired with a long journey that it was scarcely able to rise from the earth. When the eagle had had plenty of food and rest, the old woman plucked a feather out of its tail and set the man in the feather's place. Put the man in the feather's place? Okay, I guess the man is now tiny. And then the bird flew away with him. But they did not get to Farmer Weatherbeard's before midnight. When they got there, the eagle said, "There are a great many dead bodies lying outside the door, but you must not concern yourself about them." "Oh, just don't mind those? Okay." The people who are inside the house are all so sound asleep that it will not be easy to wake them. But you must go straight to the table drawer and take out 3 bits of bread, and if you hear anyone snoring, pluck 3 feathers from his head. He will not waken after that. Yeah, okay. You plucking someone sounds like concern. Like that that would wake someone, wouldn't it, normally? But okay. And also, okay, so the man has feathers? Oh goodness. Okay, so it doesn't say that he went in, it doesn't say who he found, it just goes straight to the man did this. When he had got the bits of bread, he plucked out 1 feather, so I guess he heard someone snoring. And then it says, "Oof," screamed Farmer Weatherbeard. Oof screamed. So it was very loud. Oof. I don't know how I would scream oof, but anyway, I guess Farmer Weatherbeard, who we met before, has feathers. He's the one who has feathers and was snoring, I guess. Okay. Yawnings. Okay, sorry. He's plucked 1. Weatherbeard says oof, screams oof. So the man plucked out another, and then Farmer Weatherbeard shrieked oof again. But when the man had plucked the 3rd, Farmer Weatherbeard screamed so loudly that the man thought that brick and mortar would be rent in twain. But for all that, he went on sleeping. And now the eagle told the man what he was to do next, and he did it. He went to the stable door, and there he stumbled against a hard stone, which he picked up, and beneath it lay 3 splinters of wood, which he also picked up. He knocked at the stable door, and it opened at once. He threw down the little bits of bread, and a hare came out and ate them. He caught the hare. Then the eagle told him to pluck 3 feathers out of its tail, and put in the hare, the stone, the splinters of wood, and himself instead of them. So they're saying feathers, and I guess maybe they mean hairs when it comes to the rabbit and the man, but I don't know. It's saying feathers. Alright. But then again, it thinks that you can replace your hair. You can just put a stone in the place where the hair was, splinters where the hair was, a whole human person himself where the hair was, but okay. And then he would be able to carry them all home. When the eagle... Oh, no. This is the eagle told him to pluck the feathers out of his own tail, I think, because he would be able to carry them all home. So the eagle has the hair in his talons, maybe, and then the stone, the splinters, and the man are where the feathers were. Whatever. Okay. When the eagle had flown a long way, it alighted on a stone. "Do you see anything?" it asked. Sorry. "Yes, I see a flock of crows flying after us," said the man. "Then we shall do well to fly on a little farther," said the eagle, and off it set. This is feeling very familiar to one of the stories we must have read last time. It says, do this very specific, follow these instructions that are really weird, and then there's the "do you see anything?" asking. That one feels familiar too. Hi, press start. Okay, in a short time it asked again, "Do you see anything now?" "Yes, now the crows are close behind us," said the man. "Then throw down the 3 feathers which you plucked out of his head," said the eagle. So the man did this, and no sooner had he flung them down than the feathers became a flock of ravens, which chased the crows home again. Then the eagle flew on much farther with the man, but at length it alighted on a stone for a while. "Do you see anything?" it said. I am not quite certain," said the man, "but I think I see something coming in the far distance. Then we shall do well to fly on a little farther, said the eagle, and away it went. Do you see anything now? It said, after some time had gone by. Yes, now they are close behind us. And what is the they? Who is the they? It just said, I think I see something coming in the distance. Whoever, now it's a they are coming in, but okay. Then throw down the splinters of wood which you took from beneath the grey stone by the stable door, said the eagle. The man did this, and no sooner had he flung them down than they grew up into the great thick wood, and Farmer Weatherbeard had to go home. Oh, so it was Farmer Weatherbeard who was the one following them. Weatherbeard had to go home for an axe to cut his way through it. So the eagle flew on a long, long way, but then it grew tired and sat down on a fir tree. Regular stories, yeah. I like those skeleton emotes too. Those are fun. Okay. Do you see anything? It asked. Yes, I am not quite certain, said the man, but I think I can catch a glimpse of something far, far away. And what is that? This is vague again, so maybe it's Weatherbeard again. Then we shall do well to fly on a little farther, said the eagle, and it set off again. Okay, Pikachu's great. That was great. Now booty. Okay, sorry. Yes. Okay, so they go on. Do you see anything now? Yes, it is close behind us now, said the man. Then you must fling down the great stone which you took away from the stable door, said the eagle. The man did so, and it turned into a great high mountain of stone, which Farmer Weatherbeard had to break his way through before he could follow them. But when he had got to the middle of the mountain, he broke one of his legs, so had to go home to get it put right. Okay, so Farmer Weatherbeard broke one of his legs. I'm just realizing also, we don't really have any reason for plucking Farmer Weatherbeard. Like, as far as we knew, the wife was just like, well, where is our son? And it would be good to know how long he's going to be there. And instead of, like, showing up and being like, oh, okay, I should send a letter, or I'm here, I should talk to him once I can. I mean, he was asleep, you would have to wait. But, like, instead he's doing this with the eagle after plucking things. Excuse me. He didn't even, like, see his son. He didn't break his son out or anything like that. Because, if Farmer Weatherbeard really is going to teach him well, then that's good. But, like, this doesn't really make sense. Why is this the choice that we're doing? Why are we running from Farmer Weatherbeard? And also, why does Farmer Weatherbeard care? As far as I knew, would he have even, like, I didn't think he would even notice the 3 feathers, I guess, in his head. Hairs? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay. But now he's gone home with a broken leg. While he was doing this, the eagle flew off to the man's home with him and with the hare. And when they had got home, the man went to the churchyard and had some Christian earth laid upon the hare. And then it turned into his son Jack. Oh, okay, so the hare is Jack. All right. Well, that's something. We did get the son out. Did he get his apprenticeship done? Should we have just waited the year? What's going on? When the time came for the fair youth turned himself into a light-colored horse. What? And bade his father to go to the market with him. If anyone should come who wants to buy me, said he, you are able to tell him that you want $100 for me. You are to tell him that you want $100 for me, but you must not forget to take off the halter, for if you do, I shall never be able to get away from Farmer Weatherbeard, for he is the man who will come and bargain for me. I don't know, maybe they were, or maybe it's just the way that they write these stories. It's a sort of language that is kind of lost to some degree. Like the repetition is a lesson in itself. Like you have to go and you have to do it again and you have to do it again. And like there's usually the morals, but like then the logics don't count, like make sense, because they're just like quickly pulling things together, and you have no idea. I have no idea, at least. Maybe you're an ancient being that was here at the beginning of these stories, but we don't know what they might have been referring to as well. I mean, they refer to the other stories lots when they do these repetition things. But yeah, they could be, or this is just the language of these old stories. This is just how that one kind of operated. Okay, Gage. Okay, so he's turning into a horse now. All right. And Weatherbeard is gonna show up, but maybe they won't recognize him since I don't know. Why was Weatherbeard chasing them? Why is it going about this way? I don't know. And thus it happened. A horse dealer came who had a great fancy to bargain for the horse, and the man got $100 for it. But when the bargain was made, and Jack's father had got the money, the horse dealer wanted to have the halter. That was no part of our bargain, said the man, and the halter you shall not have, for I have other horses which I shall have to sell. So each of them went his way. So you've just given your son back to the dude. Why? How is he different this time? Besides, he's a horse now. Like, what? The horse dealer had not got very far with Jack before he resumed his own form again, and when the man got home, he was sitting on the bench by the stove. Okay, so he just turned himself back into a person and showed up back at home. Are they just scamming Weatherbeard at this point? What's going on? Okay. Because he says the next day he changed himself into a brown horse and told his father that he was to set off to market with him. If a man should come who wants to buy me, you are to tell him that you want $200. For that he will give, and treat you besides. But whatsoever you drink, and whatsoever you do, don't forget to take the halter off of me. Why do we think that a drink will affect this? I don't know. Or you will never see me more. Frickin' inside out. What's going on? Hello, chaotic. How do you find stories like these? They're committing tax fraud. They're scamming. They're just showing up. Hey, have this horse. And then, nope, the horse is a boy. And also the boy ran away. Goodbye. Oh, of course you have. You're chaos. The fun deal here, I don't find these stories. They're all collected into one space, and so I have said that like this was in something called the Red Fairy book. They've collected them all together already, and I think different people are the sources for different ones, and maybe like when they collected all these stories, there were a few that were written out, and put together in bigger books or translated and stuff, and so I think this is just interesting. Like, this one feels very like one of the previous stories, and there was a time that there were two stories back to back that, like, were obviously from the same person, the way it was written, or, like, they could not have been distantly related. Those were from the same place. They're so interesting. They're so weird. Yeah. Okay. So you're to be a brown horse, and we want $200 this time. And thus it happened. The man got his $200 for the horse, and was treated well, and when they parted from each other, it was just as much as he could do to remember to take off the halter. But the buyer had not got far on his way before the youth took his own form again, and when the man reached home, Jack was already sitting on the bench by the stove, of course. On the third day all happened in the same way. The youth changed himself into a great black horse. then told his father if that a man came and offered him $300 and treated him well and handsomely into the bargain, he was to sell him, but whatsoever he did and howsoever much he drank, he must not forget to take off the halter, or else he himself would never get away from Farmer Weatherbeard as long as he lived. At some point, because of that threat, I feel like he's gonna forget the halter at least once. But okay. When he got to the market, he received the $300, but Farmer Weatherbeard treated him so handsomely that he quite forgot to take off the halter. I knew it. So Farmer Weatherbeard went away with the horse. When he had got some distance, he had to go into an inn to get some more brandy, so he set a barrel full of red-hot nails under his horse's nose, and a trough filled with oats beneath its tail. What? And then he tied the halter fast to a hook and went away to the inn. So the horse stood there stamping, kicking, and snorting and rearing, and out came a girl who thought it a sin and a shame to treat a horse so ill. Okay, so we've got a lady hero here. "Ah, poor creature, what a master you must have to treat you thus," she said, and pushed the halter off the hook so that the horse might turn round and eat the oats. "I am here," shrieked Farmer Weatherbeard, rushing out of doors, but the horse had already shaken off the halter and flung himself into a goose pond, where he changed himself into a little fish. Farmer Weatherbeard went after him and changed himself into a great pike. So Jack turned himself into a dove, and Farmer Weatherbeard turned himself into a hawk, and flew after the dove and struck it. But a princess, a whole other random lady, was standing at a window in the king's palace watching the struggle. "If thou didst but know as much as I know, thou wouldst fly into me through the window," said the princess to the dove. So the dove came flying in through the window and changed itself into Jack again, and told her all as it had happened. How did she know what's going on? Okay, thanks, V2 Dasher. It's a weird one. We're almost done it, and then we'll have a new story, but yeah. "Change thyself into a gold ring, and set thyself on my finger," said the princess. "No, that will not do," said Jack, "for then Farmer Weatherbeard will make the king fall sick." How do you know all of these specifics? How does everyone just know these things? Anyway, "and there will be no one who can make him well again before Farmer Weatherbeard comes and cures him, and for that he will demand the gold ring." It feels like the real logic of this isn't that someone's high, it's that they're dreaming. You know, where you just know things and you don't know why you know things. That sort of thing. Anyway. "I will say that it was my mother's and that I will not part with it," said the princess. So Jack changed himself into a gold ring and set himself on the princess's finger, and Farmer Weatherbeard could not get at him there. But then all that the youth had foretold came to pass. The king became ill, and there was no doctor who would cure him till Farmer Weatherbeard arrived, and he demanded the ring which was on the princess's finger as a reward. So the king sent a messenger to the princess for the ring. She, however, refused to part with it, because she had inherited it from her mother. So says she, but they don't say that there, they just say that because she had. When the king was informed of this, he fell into a rage and said that he would have the ring, let her have inherited it from who she might. Okay, he doesn't care who gave it to her. He wants the ring. "Well, it's of no use to be angry about it," said the princess, "for I can't get it off. If you want the ring, you'll have to take the finger too." "I will try, and then the ring will very soon come off," said Farmer Weatherbeard. "No, thank you. I will try myself," said the princess, and she went away to the fireplace and put some ashes on the ring. So the ring came off and was lost among the ashes. So he's a man. Did they see her do the ashes thing? Or why? What's going on? Okay, Farmer Weatherbeard changed himself into a hare, which scratched and scraped about in the fireplace after the ring until the ashes were up to its ears. But Jack changed himself into a fox and bit the hare's head off, and if Farmer Weatherbeard was possessed by the evil one, all was now over with him. The end. You know, that's the first one where they introduced a princess, then they didn't say that they got married. Good for them. But at the same time, they just had these two women that were like roped into this. That girl that was like, oh, okay, I'll set you free. Never heard from her again. And the princess is here, instrumental to getting out of this scrape. We have no idea how that went. But hey, okay. Jack bit the dude's head off. But did he become an apprentice? Like, the whole point was that he did the job. And did Dad go back to Mom? And, like, was she pleased with her answers? We never got the main issues that we had that had started this journey were never answered. And I don't know what happened. This is the fairy tales. That's what they do. Our fairy tales, at least the not popular ones, they just go wherever they want to, I guess. Sorry. Okay, well, I guess it'll be triggers time, and I see we have mostly the look after yourself ones, and then a singing bowl. So okay, I'll do a hydrate and a stretch and a posture check real quick. Boop, 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 and then we'll do singing bowl. But do we have any others? That's what I wonder. Okay. The stretches feel good. I'll set up the singing bowl. But do we have any other requests? I wonder. Why is this so funky right now? Okay. Oh, come on. Here we go. Singing bowl time. Alright, here we are. Ooh. Okay, we'll be getting to those next. Thank you, Rose and Portable Jeff. Okay. Oh, come on. There was our singing bowl. Okay. Go with humming. Oh, thank you for the follow. 1A, 2, 3. It's a interesting name, but welcome and thank you for the follow. Oh goodness. Thank you. Then, I think the next one is the beaded bracelet. So I'll just bump the little setting so we can hear that one better, and I'll do that. And if we don't have any other redeems, I'll go to the next story. Okay. Okay, there was our beaded bracelet. Hi, welcome back, Cage, and hi, XP Divine. Um, the card dealing. It's a bicycle deck of cards. I pull out a few cards. The little not actually cards that come in the pack. I deal them out a bit at a time and kind of ruffle them, then put them all together, straighten them out, and ruffle them, and then put them back into the bicycle amplified box. It says air cushion finish. Yeah, so we'll do those. I'm glad they shouldn't be bad noises, but you'll see in a second what you think of them, I guess. Scoot things along, make some room for them, and we'll go ahead with card dealing then. Okay. What is going on? There it's going. Okay. Oh, stop. Alright. Okay, there was our card dealing. I hope that was good. I'm sorry that you had to be there for people struggling like that there. Um, that's no fun. Thankfully, these cards, the only thing that they've had to do is be shuffled and dealt by me whilst doing this. They live a very privileged little life. They don't get bent ever. They still brand new looking. Well, they should. They're not very old, but they'll hopefully never get any of the tough stuff dealt with them. I've got a really worn down deck that's like a comic strip nonsense, and they're falling apart. I was gonna try and use those, but I was like, no, these are falling apart. I cannot use them regularly. They won't last. Forgive back. No, not me, not now. No. But okay, I think that is all of our redeems. He did them. So I will go ahead and, oh yes, I'll double check my posture here. Did you move the, oh, I know. I miss it sometimes. My brain isn't very on top of things. So I was slow. Okay. Next story. Okay. I feel like I've known this one. Did we? I feel like I read this title before. So I'm just gonna flip through the book of things that I've read to see if I have read it. Goodness, there's so many freaking stories. Nope. I guess not, because if I would have, it would have been one of these older sections and I'm not seeing it. But I could have swore. Well, anyway, it's Minnikin. The title of it is Minnikin. Nope, I don't think I have read it. But we're gonna see what it is. I'm sorry, I take a long time to figure it out. Okay. So is a person who bit his friggin' shirt from off his back. Oh, that's... I mean, honestly, press start, that's just making me sad. I wouldn't call them a harsh name like that. I would just want to feel bad for them because they're just so hooked on the gambling and the feeling of winning. That's just so sad, so tough. Lippy, did we? Your first message. Trying to figure out if I had read a story before, and I'm sorry, you're joining in on a very slow, unfun little thing. Yeah, Minnikin. It's Minnikin. I could have swore that we had seen that before, but anyway. Yeah. Unless Cage says we have read it and it was a bad one to read, I'll be reading Minnikin and then Bushy Bride? Interesting. See if I can find that watch. Someone's sucking on the mic. Yeah, that tends to throw me off, throw me for a loop too. You have a race of people named that in your collection of hundreds of people. And why do you have a collection of people in your head, Cage? I'm scared. Yeah, Lippy, I don't do much of those weird things. And by weird, I mean those things that are very, very big energy, very big commitment. There's only one thing that I do, and it's off of a dumb joke, and it's not going to be that. It's this thing we call rage puffing. It's the sound of a Karen losing a fight. we don't do traditional ASMR here. Well, some of it's like fairly traditional stuff. It's not traditional vocal ASMR. All the vocal ASMRs I do are either the like obvious or no, not typical. Oh, thank you for the follow, Lippy. Or maybe typical is the word, the popular ASMR. We don't do popular ASMR. Count me in. Great. Hi, Annie Bell. I didn't say that because I was distracted by things. I'm a writer and artist, Raven. I know, but it's just the way you say it. It sounds like you're shoving people in your head, which sounds very much like the concerning people in our fairy tales, which is like, Cage, do we have to be worried about you? Do I need to get Vi to make a potion to take you down and release all the people you have trapped in there? Many OCs in my head. I just like putting it that way. Yeah. Well, it does. It's fun. It does at the unnerved people. Ooh, shouting out to Annie Bell. Thank you for that. My friends are in my mind, and there's hundreds of them. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Minnikin. That's the freaking story that I was writing. Okay, my brain. Everywhere else. Ooh, taps. Okay. Then we will do tappy taps next. But we are officially starting Minnikin, so we'll do that for now. Hello, I'm a boss. Cute little guy. Cute little dude. Heh. Okay, focusing Raven. This is not a good day for Raven to focus, if you did not notice. I'm not doing all the focusings. Okay, Minnikin. There was once upon a time, once upon a time, a couple of needy folk who lived in a wretched hut, not just a hut, a wretched hut, in which there was nothing but black want. I don't know what that means, but okay. They had neither food to eat nor wood to burn, but if they had next to nothing of all else, they had the blessing of God. So far as children were concerned, every year brought them one more. Okay, they had the blessing of God, as in they got busy. They were busy. Okay, they had all the children's. They got moving. The woman did not get a freaking break. The man was not overpleased at this. Then stop doing it. You know the solution. Okay, he was always going about grumbling and growling and saying that it seemed to him that there might be such a thing as having too many of these good gifts, aka children, and I gotta agree. So shortly before another baby was born, he went away into the wood for some firewood, saying that he did not want to see the new child. Oh my gosh. He would hear him quite soon enough. Oh wow, okay. And then when he began to squall for some food, man really said, I can't be around these children. Just dipped. Wow. Yeah, I'm going for some firewood. And he never came back. I guess something like that. Okay. This guy's moody. He's something. Plan B needs to become Plan A. Yeah. Hi, Dimda. Oh, I wanted to say, you had the recommendation of put a little piece of leather under the mic stand, and so far so good. It's gripping, it's not sliding anywhere. My mic stand, for those of you that didn't know, or mic arm, when I was trying to use it, I would move the mic and then suddenly it would fall off, and then I would fix it after it was starting to slip, and it would still fall off, because the little pad that's supposed to like cushion it between it wasn't working, and yeah, the leather's working so far. So thank you for that, Dumda. Brain, because it has grippy, because it's a very grippy texture. It's fuzzy. I don't know. Oh, you did the same thing. There you go. You're like, oh, I don't know the physics of it. I don't know about that. But I'll know why I know it. Disappear. Go ahead, disappear. We'll see you another time. Press start. Okay. We go back to the dad that is having none of it. Okay. As soon as this baby was born, it began to look about the room. Ah, my dear mother, said he. Well, damn, okay, you talking already. Give me some of my brother's old clothes and food enough for a few days. I will go out into the world and seek my fortune. For as far as I can see, you have children enough. This infant really came out of the womb immediately like, yes, okay, I guess I better be going now. Like he popped out fully clothed or something, energy. He still says, give me my brother's clothes, but it's good. What the hell, little baby? Little dude. I mean, that really says a lot. Even the babies are like, they got too many kids. I'm gonna have to leave. I can't stay here. Oh my gosh, Hades. Our new friend that doesn't like the sucking on the mic will have to deal with our one weird sound. But okay, alrighty. We'll get to that in the next one. But okay, yeah, they really got way too many kids. Alright. Heaven help thee, my son, said the mother. That will never do. Thou art still far too little. She's got some sense in her. That's good. That's good. Hi, Darkstorm. Okay. But the little creature was determined to do it, and begged and prayed so long that the mother was forced to let him have some old rags and tie up a little food for him, and then gaily and happily he went out into the world. Can you imagine? This thing that can't even hold up its own head is like, time for me to go. You know what? I feel an adventure. It's the baby Chuck Norris. It's the little Chuck. Oh, thank you for the follow. Jex Cag. Thank you. It's something. How am I doing? I'm very CB. But we're gonna keep going. He grabbed his bag, grew a beard, grabbed a pipe. He grabbed his bag, grew a beard, grabbed a pipe, and his Tofad, and be all cheerio, lads. Definitely, he's given that cheerio energy. Hi. Okay. He's off. Okay. But almost before he was out of the house, another boy was born. What? You had a twin? Oh my gosh. Facebook moms say what their babies can do. Yeah. Well, my child started speaking the second he was born. My child told me I had too many kids. Anyway, does this dad not know how to flip? Really, he could not be stopped. He had to run away for firewood. Literally, he said he left for firewood because he didn't want to see the new child and he would hear him soon enough. You know? What? My duck is a wonderful chick. My duck can lay an egg. God said, be fruitful and multiply. He took it very seriously. He really did. To be fair, they were both like, oh, we've got a hell of a blessing. I don't think it's a blessing anymore. Yeah, they really do sound like rabbits. They keep going. And this one, our little baby Chuck Norris must have had a twin because before he could leave the house, another baby was born. And I guess, like, yeah, it says it's his twin brother. There you go. So here we go. But before he was out of the house, another boy was born, and he too looked about him and said, "Ah, my dear mother, Give me some of my brother's old clothes and food for some days. Then I will go out into the world and find my twin brother, for you have children enough. Twice in a row. Lady might start taking it personally. Wow, they really don't think I'm a good mother. Like, okay. Wow. Heaven help thee, little creature, thou art far too little for that, said the woman. It would never do. But she spoke to no purpose, for the boy begged and prayed until he had got some old rags and a bundle of provisions, and then he set out manfully, it says manfully, into the world to find his twin brother. Considering he wouldn't have been very far ahead, this wouldn't have been hard to do, right? Popped out of the womb. Gear me up, I'ma go get this. If you poke me with that thing again, I'll cut it off. Mom, probably. Really? They really are. I need to know right out. The other kids are like, was that an option? Can we just leave? Oh my gosh. Baby fight. Oh no. Maybe we will be. Said that he would just go and find his brother. It didn't say what he'd do, and he found him. Freaking yawn attack. Okay. Here we go. When the younger had walked for some time, he caught sight of his brother a short distance in front of him. For some time, does that mean a long time or like 2 seconds? Because he should be very, very quickly ahead of you. And he called to him and bade him to stop. Wait a minute, he said. You are walking as if for a wager. But you ought to have stayed to see your younger brother before you hurried off into the world. No, that's why he left. He really didn't like being in the womb with you. Imagine people matured in like 12 seconds after birth, fully functional. All of society would be so different. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then also that would break down a lot of animal-human connections, because a lot of the ways that animals connected with us were like, I'm baby, take care of me energy. Or at least that's how a lot of them have domesticated. So they would have been domesticating maybe at the opposite way. Like instead of wolves to little wiener dogs, it would have gone like wolves to like laser dolphin crocodile dogs. Like, you know, where they get more bulked up and scary to be more efficient, probably. Because like cats definitely operate like, I'm baby, meow meow, human, I'm baby. So like the cats wouldn't have gone cute, they would have gone even more apex predator. Hell yeah, laser gator. Don't forget the dog element. Now I can just imagine a baby Gordon Ramsay yelling at the people in Hell's Kitchen. This is really just like a really messed up Boss Baby universe. Is basically what we have here. I've never watched any of those films, but I'm imagining the little baby in a suit. And now there's 2 of them because there's a twin. Okay. Yeah, you walk like you have a wager, but you should have stopped to see me. I was running away from you. When I said she already has enough kids, because I knew you were coming up behind me. That's what I'm thinking, the baby. Okay, he didn't. He says, so the elder stood still and looked back, and when the younger had got up to him and had told him that he was his twin, and told him that he was his brother, he said, but now let us sit down and see what kind of food our mother has given us. And that they did. Want to compare lunch bags? Want to judge that bitch all over again? The woman that can't even mom. Or maybe mom's a little too hard, but anyway. When they had walked on a little farther, they came to a brook which ran through a green meadow, And there the younger said that they ought to christen each other. How do you even know what christening is? How do you know anything? You're an infant. You're literally a newborn. What is happening? Are they aging like Renesmee, but faster? Rokokomo? Oh no. As we had to make such haste, and had no time to do it at home, we may as well do it here. So they really were like, we have to get out of this house immediately. They really could not be around their mother at all. They felt an urgency to be around her. Wow. Baby Gordon Ramsay yelling at his mother. Yelling at his mother about his twin not being in the oven long enough. He is barely cooked. Oh my gosh. Okay. Brain. Alright. So they're gonna christen each other. Alright. What will you be called? Asked the elder. I will be called Minnikin, answered the second. So our second one is Minnikin, and our first one was the one that we had dubbed Chuck Norris. Minnikin says, and what will you be called? I will be called King Pippin, answered the elder. Chuck Norris calls himself King Pippin. Baby Chuck calls himself King Pippin. Okay, they christened each other and then went onwards. When they had walked for some time, they came to a crossway. And there they agreed to part and each take his own road. Jesus, the independence. Oh my god. This they did, but no sooner had they walked a short distance than they met again. Okay, so they parted once more. Okay, and each took his own road. But in a very short time, the same thing happened again. Fate said, stop running away from the only family you have, for fuck's sake. They met each other before they were at all aware, and so it happened the third time also. Then they arranged with each other that each should choose his own quarter, and one should go east and the other west. Okay. Alrighty, Dark Storm, bye-bye. Good night or something. Thank you. It's me. We'll see you another time. Bye-bye. Have a good day. But if you ever fall into any need or trouble, said the elder, call me thrice, and I will come and help you. These babies also have a call system? Only you must not call me until you are in the utmost need. Yes, remember independence, good chap. We don't rely on anyone. In that case, we shall not see each other for some time, said Minnikin. So they bade farewell to each other, and Minnikin went east, and King Pippin went west. When Minnikin had walked a long way... Oh, of course Chuck Norris went to the west. Our baby Chuck Norris is off to do westerns. When Minnikin had walked a long way alone, he met an old, crook-backed hag who had only one eye. Minnikin stole it. That's it. I'm sorry. The story... That's not how I expected this. That's not ever how they write this. It's never a one sentence, this is what happened, done. They did that. But it's like, okay, she looked like this, she had one eye, and so Minnikin decided that he would take it, and so he did. That's usually how it goes. Not, so who only had one eye. Minnikin stole that. What? Okay, these little guys, these little shits. My goodness. Oh, cried the old hag. What has become of my eye? What will you give me to get your eye back? Said Minnikin. Okay. They're devils. They're just little devils. He's already scheming like this. I will give thee a sword, which is such a sword that it can conquer a whole army. Let it be ever so great, replied the woman. Then let me have it. Let me have it then, said Minnikin. The old hag gave him the sword, so she got her eye back. Then Minnikin went onwards, and when he had wandered on for some time, he again met an old crook-backed hag who had only one eye. Minnikin stole it before she was aware. She didn't even realize. And, she has one eye, and you steal an eye, which means, you just made this woman blind. You gave it back, but did she get back her sight? Or was she always blind, and it was just like a glass eye? And if so, why do you only have one glass eye and not two? But oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Oop, got your depth perception. Yeah. Well, she didn't even have that in the first place. She only had one eye. She couldn't get depth. She could just kind of see things. Wow. But the one-eyed old crook woman, that's giving me fate vibes, but there's two of them that each have an eye. That's less fate. I don't know what's going on. But okay. What has become of my eye? What will you give me to get your eye back? Said Minnikin. Oh yeah, she says, oh, what has become of my eye? Cried the old hag, as she did before. What will you give it to me? I will give thee a ship, which can sail over fresh water and salt water. Yeah, that's how those work. Over high hills and deep dales. Over hills? It's a ship. It's a land ship? Is it a land ship? Thank you for the follow, Hanji Alto. Thank you. Welcome in. It's a land ship and a sea ship. But okay. High hills, deep dales, answered the old woman. Let me have it then, said Minnikin. So the old woman gave him a little bit of a ship, which was no bigger than he could put in his pocket, and he is a baby, so tiny pocket. And then she got her eye back, and she went her way and Minnikin his. He had walked for a long time. When he had walked for a long time, he met for the third time, an old crook-backed hag who had only one eye. This eye also Minnikin stole. And when the woman screamed and lamented and asked what had become of her eye, Minnikin said, what will you give me to get your eye back? So the other women were like, oh goodness, what happened to my eye? And this third one was like, no. You're the odd one in the pack, but okay. I will give the art to brew 100 lasts of malt in one brewing. I will give thee the art to brew. Oh, she's going to teach him how to brew? Okay. So he'll be a salesman, he's got a ship, he'll be a soldier maybe, he's got the sword to conquer armies, and he's also a bartender, a brewer. Okay. Good for you, Minnikin. What did your brother do? Did he also attack blind old women? Scam them out of their treasures? Why does this man keep... Well, not man, child. Why does this child keep ripping out people's eyeballs and then negotiating them to get it back? It is so messed up. It's so ridiculous. Okay. So, for teaching that art, the old hag got her eye back, and they both went away by different roads. I have to imagine that teaching that art took a while to teach. So, she's just been there all that time, blind, okay, and then you do this, and then you do that. Can I get my eye back? Well, you haven't finished teaching me. Okay. This freaking baby scamming me. Oh, hold on. You give ship, you get eye back. Give me your precious. I want your precious. Okay. No joke, brewing is... Yeah, I'm sure it is, but to be made blind before you have to teach it to someone. It's nuts. Okay. They both went away different roads. But when Minnikin had walked a short distance, it seemed to him that it might be worthwhile to see what his ship could do. You haven't tested that out yet? Okay. Has it still just been the one day? Or is this still the day of your birth? Tiny Chuck Norris twin? Also, like, this is called Minnikin, and this is all about him, but, like, he has a whole ass brother. He has the same energy. Are we gonna read King Pippin next, where it's just the whole wacky adventures of the brother from how he went? Because, like, what is happening? Maybe it's a good thing they left Mom's place. Maybe it is. Used to bring my own cider. Ooh, fun. Give me your eyes. Now teach me life skills to get him back, you wrinkly bastard. Teach me life skills or give me magical items. Imagine having to deal with a bloodthirsty baby. Right? Oh, wait, isn't that just Stewie? Now I'm imagining that this is Stewie and it's making more sense. What they didn't tell you is that there's also a dog walking around very sarcastic, following the baby the whole time. What they didn't tell you is the baby is a little... I mean, do you get that vibe? I got that vibe. Like a little... does a limp wrist. Yeah? Is he... Yeah. Can you tell it how to prove why a blind person is probably going to be pretty messy, not gonna lie. And not just like a blind person, a very newly, dramatically blind person. This isn't someone that was born with it and has like learned things as they went in this way. This isn't someone that's had time to get acclimated. This is a brand newly blind person in something that involves lots of heat, big things, heavy things, like probably some sharp instruments at times, like cooking kind of stuff, so like not safe. So when they mentioned getting their fortune, they actually meant, I'm gonna go out and be a crook, a liar, and a psychopath. Yes, I'm gonna get my fortune by any means necessary. Where's the honk to be doing a bunch of violence emotes? Because I'd be like, baby violence. I've got a frog in my throat. Okay. These freaking babies. Okay. Thank you, Cage, for stepping up. I mean, it's no duck murder, but it's good. I felt bad. Lahonk dropped some emotes into the chat while I was changing things around a little bit before this stream started, and I felt bad because they were clearly there to see the other stream and it didn't happen. Okay. I feel like they're gonna yell at me later. Get the frog out before it suffocates. Exactly, I have to put the frogs into the lake. Okay. Alright. So he said he's gonna test his ship. Right. Wanted to see what his ship could do. We're not gonna bother with the sword, because there's nobody to fight right now, and brewing, I guess that's not of the utmost importance. It's ship time. So, he took it out of his pocket, and first he put one foot into it, and then the other. Oh yeah, and it was a tiny little thing. And no sooner had he put one foot into the ship than it became much larger, and when he set the other foot into it, it grew as large as ships that sail on the sea. Then Minnikin said, Now go over fresh water and salt water, over high hills and deep dales, and do not stop until thou comest to the king's palace. Oh boy, he's off to steal the king's eyeballs now. My testie's gonna blast someone else's ship to hell right now. I would have imagined, but he is on land right now. So there's probably not many other ships very nearby. But he's headed to the palace. We're gonna go scam the king. Unless it's King Pippin's palace. Did King Pippin already got something? Your kingdom for your eyes. Yeah. Got your nose. Got your nose. I want him to, like, he's stealing eyes as if it's like retribution for got your nose games. I just put that in my head. What are you gonna do? I got your nose. I got your eye, old lady. Hee hee hee. Sorry. Oh no. Big mean cough. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna go. And in an instant the ship went away as swiftly as any bird in the air till it got just below the king's palace, and there it stood still. There you go. From the windows of the king's palace, many persons had seen Minnikin come sailing thither, and had stood to watch him. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty concerning sight. If they could see that it's a baby as well, it would be extra concerning. Unless they'd already met King Pippin, in which case they knew to hold on to their hats. Okay. They stood to watch him, and they were also astounded. Okay. That they ran down to see what manner of man, not a man, this could be who came sailing in a ship through the air. Ooh, it went through the air. But while they were running down from the king's palace, Minnikin had got out of the ship and had put it in his pocket again. For the moment he got out of it, it once more became as small as it had been when he got it from the old woman. And those who came from the king's palace could see nothing but a ragged little boy. Okay, so he's a little boy right now. Not tiny baby, I guess, but however he ages. I don't know how they age. These twins are not something I know at all. How do these work? I don't know. Okay. There's a little boy who was standing down by the seashore. There's a sea? Okay, whatever. The king asked where he had come from, but the boy said he did not know. He doesn't know anything. Nor yet could he tell them how he had got there, but he begged very earnestly and prettily for a place in the king's palace. Oh, he's a liar. He's a liar. He doesn't know how he got there. Please, help me, you little scamming piece of shit. I admire their tenacity, but gods. Okay. If there was nothing else for him to do, he said he would fetch wood and water for the kitchen maid, and that he had obtained leave to do. So, okay, he's a slave. All right. When Minnikin went up to the king's palace, he saw that everything there was hung with black, both outside and inside, from the bottom to the top. So he asked the kitchen maid what that meant. Oh, I will tell you that, answered the kitchen maid. The king's daughter was long ago promised away to 3 trolls, and next Thursday evening one of them is to come and fetch her. Ritter Red has said that he will be able to set her free, but who knows whether he will be able to do it. So you may easily imagine what grief and distresses we are in here. Okay, who's Ritter Red? What's going on with these trolls? Is this going to be a problem for a little baby heist? Is this going to be a problem for the baby stealing the kingdom? Okay. How long has it been? A day, a month? What? Is this the king going to get me? It could be anything. We really don't know, Hades. We really don't know. Okay. Where was? Oh, you know what? Creep. Okay. All right. So when Thursday evening came, Ritter Red accompanied the princess to the seashore, for there she was to meet the troll, and Ritter Red was to stay with her and protect her. This is more confusing than the spicy story. It is. These are never... Well, they very rarely... They're not often... It's not typical for these to make sense. But, I mean, I want to see this as a really messed up movie. I can feel this happening. We start off with what feels like a deranged hero, and then even more deranged, a second one of those. And Then we learn this hero is an anti-hero, for sure. Little scammer dude. And as he goes off to make his next scam, he winds up in the middle of this. And knowing how fairy tales go, they're giving us this detail. We're worried about this, like, thing, this curse kind of thing that's going on that we have to break. I think this baby is going to save the princess. And maybe, I'm nervous about it, maybe be promised her hand. It's not often we don't end with a marriage and stuff. So it's usually somebody gets married and that's the happy ending. So I think this baby's going to marry the princess. I have no idea if we'll see Chuck Norris baby again. We'll just get his twin brother, the knockoff here. But, like, yeah. It sounds like it would be a really unhinged and great movie. Okay. And whoever the heck Ritter Red is. Alright. He was to stay with her protector. He, however, was very unlikely to do the troll much injury, for no sooner had the princess seated herself by the seashore than Ritter Red climbed up into a great tree which was standing there and hid himself as well as he could among the branches. Okay, so Ritter Red has kind of a plan. All right. The princess wept and begged him most earnestly not to go and leave her. It sounds like he's doing this to help them. Oh, nope, he's running like a coward. Never mind. Who the hell is this guy? I just read the next line. I should read it for you. Okay. The princess wept and begged him most earnestly not to go and leave her, but Ritter Red did not concern himself about that. It is better that one should die than two, said he. He said, "You're on your own, bish. I'm not dying for you." In the meantime, Minnikin begged the kitchen maid very prettily to give him leave to go down to the strand for a short time. "Oh, what could you do down at the strand?" said the kitchen maid. "You have nothing to do there. You're a baby." The "you're a baby" was not included. That was me. "Oh yes, my dear, just let me go," said Minnikin. "I should like to go and amuse myself with the other children." This reads like you're a 40-year-old man in a baby body. I'm so uncomfortable. "Oh yes, my dear, just let me go. I should so like to go and amuse myself with the other children." Did you hear that? I just inhaled and my... Oh, give me a minute. I'm going to need to cough. Hello, my fellow young people. Yes, exactly. Them frogs, they need to stay out of me. Okay. All right. "Well, well. Go then," said the kitchen maid. "Well, well. But don't let me find you staying there over the time when the pan has to be set on the fire for supper, and roast put on the spit. And mind you bring back a good big armful of wood for the kitchen." They're really getting this baby put to work. So yes, you can go and be with children and whatever, but like get back here when we have to do work. Minnikin promised this and ran down to the seashore. Just as he got to the place where the king's daughter was sitting, the troll came rushing up with a great whistling and whirring, and he was so big and stout that he was terrible to see, and he had 5 heads. Ooh, so invites us. Yes, you guys want to do skateboards? Yes, exactly. The "hello, my fellow young people" was enough for me to sell that. Just seeing the Steve Buscemi. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 5 heads. Minnikin's at the 5-head troll. "Fire!" screeched the troll. "Fire yourself," said Minnikin. Do they mean "fi"? Did they mean "fi"? I wonder if that's like edited or they really meant "fire." Fire yourself. 10 eyes to rip out. Rubs hands together. Minnikin's got a plan. Okay. "Can you fight?" roared the troll. "If not, I can learn," said Minnikin. Jesus, child. So the troll struck at him with a great thick iron bar, which he had in his fist, till the sods flew 5 yards up into the air. He beat him till the grass was moving. And Minnikin, okay. Fie, said Minnikin, that was not much of a blow. Now you shall see one of mine. He really said, didn't even hurt. From a crater in the ground, essentially. So he grasped the sword which he had got from the old crook-backed woman and slashed at the trolls so that all 5 heads went flying away over the sands. Freaking baby battle right there. Well, it would be a proper baby battle if it was the baby v baby. But this'll do for now. Forget Chuck Norris's baby Zeus. He would be Zeus if he was trying to get laid himself. I'm sorry, but that was his dad. And he left too. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I muted at the wrong time. I'm sorry, folks. That's not fun. That was loud. I'm sorry. Okay. I was struggling to breathe. But okay. I was laughing that Dad is Zeus. Dad had all the babies. Dad was busy. These kids are what's the difference? Go for ribbon, don't forget to breathe. I am trying. I guess these little babies are Herc? I don't know who they are. They could be anybody. We don't know what the other one is because there's 2 of them. It makes me think that they're like the twins, but it's like, who would that be? I gotta know what the other one's doing. Okay. Oh, we go back into it. He chopped off the heads. Yes, okay, cool. That is very Heracles. That is very Herc. Okay. When the princess saw that she was delivered, she was so delighted that she did not know what she was doing and skipped and danced. Come and sleep a bit with your head on my lap, she said to Minnikin, and as he slept she put a golden dress on him. She literally just dressed him up like a baby doll. Oh my gosh. I can't. She did the dress your little brother up thing. Okay. Ooh. But when Ritter Red, hiding in the trees, saw that there was no longer any danger afoot, he lost no time in creeping down from the tree. He then threatened the princess until at length she was forced to promise to say that it was he who had Okay, so she's gonna have to tell everyone that Ritter Red, the coward, had rescued her, for he told her that if she did not, he would kill her. Then he took the troll's lungs and tongue, interesting trophies, and put them in his pocket handkerchief, and led the princess back to the king's palace, and whatsoever had been lacking to him in the way of honor before was lacking no longer, for the king did not know how to exalt him enough, and always set him on his own right hand at the table. Oh. So he's in the king's endlessly praising Ritter Red. As for Minnikin, first he went out on the troll ship and took a great quantity of gold and silver hoops away with him. Hoops? They just had a bunch of earrings? Okay, and then he trotted back to the king's palace. Yeah, he got his treasure. This is what he wanted. There you go. When did you think I was going to say lap? I did say, come and sleep a bit with your head in my lap. So I did. That's what she said. But, oh. The king said, okay, come and sit on my lap. Yeah, he almost did. He's that in love with him. I mean, as far as the kings know, dude saved his daughter, so he would be excited, but that's a little bit much, King. Okay, where was. Oh, so he's got all his stuff and he trots back to the king's palace, happy little thief. When the kitchen maid caught sight of all this gold and silver, she was quite amazed and said, "My dear friend Minnikin, where have you got all that from?" For she was half afraid that he had not come by it honestly. Well, he never does, really. He murders or tortures people for all of the things he gets, but sure. I guess in this world they would call it honestly. Instead of just thieved without, took it without someone knowing at all. But he steals people's eyes to get it to happen. Anyway, okay. "Oh," answered Minnikin, "I had been home a while, and these hoops had fallen off some of our buckets, so I brought them away with me for you." What? He's giving them to the kitchen maid? I'm sorry. Is he in love with her? What's going on with that? Why are you giving it to her? Just hush money? I don't know. So when the kitchen maid heard that they were for her, she asked no more questions about the matter. She thanked Minnikin, and everything was right again at once. Did he not get to keep anything for himself? What is he trying to do? Why is he buttering her up? Okay. Next Thursday evening, all went just the same. Ah, Thursday again. I guess I gotta go kill some trolls. Alright. Thursday came, all went the same, and everyone was full of grief and affliction, but Ritter Red said that he had been able to deliver the king's daughter from one troll, so that he could very easily deliver her from another. Why are you doing this? You're gonna get yourself killed? Destroyed? Outed for your nonsense? Don't lie like this, dude. And he led her down to the seashore, but he did not do much harm to this troll either, for when the time came when the troll might be expected, he said as he had before, "It is better that one should die than two," and then climbed up into the tree again. Minnikin once more begged the cook's leave to go down to the seashore for a short time. "Oh, what can you do there?" said the cook. "My dear, do let me go," said Minnikin. Ooh, I didn't catch it last time. He's calling her my dear. I think he really does like her. Okay, "My dear, do let me go," said Minnikin. "I should so like to go down there and amuse myself a little with the other children." For fuck's sake. So this time also, she said that he should have leave to go, but he must first promise that he would be back by the time the joint was turned, and that he would bring back a great armful of wood with him. Oh yeah, did he bring back wood last time? Did he get home on time last time? I don't know if he did what he was supposed to. Or is that why he had to give her the distractions? Had to bribe her for that. Okay, no sooner had Minnikin got down to the strand than the troll came rushing along with a great whistling and whirring, and he was twice as big as the first troll, and he had 10 heads. Ooh. "Fire!" shrieked the troll. "Fire yourself," said Minnikin. "Can you fight?" roared the troll. "If not, I can learn," said Minnikin. You can say yes now. You fully did it. But I guess he's still trying to scam these guys. Based on this repetition, there's going to be another troll. There's got to be at least 3, right? Okay. So the troll struck at him with his iron club, which was still bigger than that which the first troll had had, so that the earth flew 10 yards up in the air. Jesus. "Fie," said Minnikin, "that was not much of a blow. Now you shall see one of my blows. Seriously, how does this guy live? Or does the troll just fully miss him when he swings? It says that it struck at him. Didn't say that it hit him. Did say that dirt went flying. Yeah, I think he must just, fail. It's like 3 Billy Boats Gruff. Maybe. Booty cheeks. I lost my subscription. Oh no! Sorry, Chris. Them's the breaks. You've got some free frogs now, at least. You got some of the frogs a little bit. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, just a messed up baby-led version of the Billy Goat's Gruff to a degree, with more thieving and such. Okay. He grasped his sword and struck at the troll so that all his 10 heads danced away over the sands. And again the king's daughter said to him, "Sleep a while on my lap." And while Minnikin lay there, she drew some silver raiment over him, again dressing him up for whatever reason. But he got gold first and then silver, so another of those being the repeated things. That's fun. As soon as Ritter Red saw that there was no longer danger afoot, he crept down from the tree and threatened the princess, till at last she was again forced to promise to say that it was he who had rescued her, after which he took the tongue and the lungs of the troll and put them in his pocket handkerchief. Then he conducted the princess back to the palace. There was joy and gladness in the palace, as may be imagined, and the king did not know how to show enough honor and respect to Ritter Red. Minnikin, however, took home with him an armful of gold and silver hoops from the troll's ship. When he came back to the king's palace, the kitchen maid clapped her hands and wondered where he could have got all that gold and silver. But Minnikin answered that he had been home for a short time, that it was only the hoops which had fallen off some pails. "How many pails do you have, if this keeps happening every Thursday?" And that he had brought them away for the kitchen maid, again bribing her. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Inhale, exhale. Cool name, too. Welcome in. Thank you. Okay. When the third Thursday evening came, everything happened exactly as it happened on the 2 former occasions, but they're still going to tell us. Usually that when they say that, you skip to the part where you actually get back into it, but this time they kind of still spell a little bit out. Everything in the king's palace was hung with black, and everyone was sorrowful and distressed. But Ritter Red said that he did not think that they had much reason to be afraid. He had delivered the king's daughter from 2 trolls, so he could easily deliver her from the third as well. He led her down to the strand, but when the time drew near for the troll to come, he climbed up in the tree again and hid himself. The princess wept and entreated him to say, stay, but all to no purpose. He stuck to his old speech, "It is better that 1 life should be lost than 2. This evening also Minnikin begged for leave to go down to the seashore. "Oh, what can you do there?" answered the kitchen maid. However, he begged until at last he got leave to go, but he was forced to promise that he would be back again in the kitchen when the roast had to be turned. Oh, didn't have to come back with wood anymore. Maybe because she noticed that never happened. But anyway, okay. Almost immediately after he had got down to the seashore, the troll came with a great whizzing and whirring, and he was much, much bigger than either of the 2 former ones. And he had 15 heads, 30 eyes. I beat you to it. Okay. "Fire!" rolled the troll. "Fire yourself," said Minnikin. "Can you fight?" screamed the troll. "If not, I can learn," said Minnikin. "I will teach you," yelled the troll, and struck at him with his iron club so that earth flew up 15 yards high into the air. I have to imagine he's either beat this baby into a crater and then clods flew that high up, or he's hitting the ground, fully missing the baby. And either would be impressive images that they just always miss when they swing, or the baby is just getting more and more battered, in which case his return to the kitchen maid is also a little more concerning. Like, what the hell? Where did you get this? It's just some pails. Don't worry about my broken arms. It's okay. It's just so silly. Okay, Fat. Good night, good night. Take care. You'd think with 30 eyes he wouldn't miss. Really? Okay. So, "Fie," said Minnikin, "that was not much of a blow. Now I will let you see one of my blows." So saying, he grasped his sword and cut at the troll in such a way that all his 15 heads danced away over the sands. Then the princess was delivered, and she thanked Minnikin and blessed him for saving her. "Sleep a while now on my lap," said she, and while he lay there she put a garment of brass upon him. Always dressing him up. Does he not wear whatever stuff he gets back to the kitchen maid, and she not asking, where do you get that outfit? No, we don't care about that part? Okay. Guess it's not that hard for a troll to yeet a baby 50 feet in the air. He's not eating the baby, he's hitting the baby so hard that ground is flying 15 feet in the air. And that is impressive. Okay. Alright. Okay. But now, how shall we have it made known that it was you who saved me, said the king's daughter. Oh, we haven't even said that the Ritter Red crawled down yet. But okay, they're making their plan for it. That I will tell you, answered Minnikin. When Ritter Red has taken you home again and given out that it was he who rescued you, he will, as you know, have you to wife and half the kingdom. As you know, kill 3 trolls, win a bride. That's just how that goes. I mean, you're not wrong. This is how that logic typically goes, but still. Okay. But when they ask you on your wedding day whom you will have to be your cup bearer, you will say, I will have the ragged boy who is in the kitchen and carries wood and water for the kitchen maid. And when I am filling your cups for you, I will spill a drop upon his plate, but none upon yours. And then he will be angry and strike me, and this will take place thrice. But the 3rd time you must say, Shame on you, thus to smite the beloved of mine heart. It is he who delivered me from the troll, and it is he whom I will have. That's still, that's very specific instructions to give this woman, baby. It's very interesting that you're saying that you're in love with her. I thought we were resin up the kitchen maid, but I guess it was literally just bribing her. And then 3rd, that's still not answering. He's a few weeks old, max. He's lived 3 Thursdays. 3 Thursdays. He's baby. It did say previously that he's a little boy, and then he said that I should go join the children. So he's a child, really, but he's a baby. She might be a child too, but still, it's what is happening? Okay. Marrying children, as they do. This still doesn't solve. I tried to breathe my way out of this. It still doesn't solve the fact that he said that Ritter said that he would kill her if she told everyone. And so she would still be telling everyone just at this time. It's ridiculous. Yeah, when he was born, he turned into Chuck Norris and was like, what the fuck? Fuck this shit, I'm out. That was his brother, but yes. This is making less and less sense than last week's story. It does. Go to sleep. When the stream is done, chaotic. Yeah, this seems legit. He'd probably be executed for being a liar. A liar? A liar, yeah. Oh no, I'm nervous about ads now. Okay. It makes none of the senses. Twins and stuff. Yeah. It makes no sense. It makes none sense. But here we go. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the story before an ad is going to force its way in. I wasn't paying attention to that. So I'll just read a little bit until we hit a nice break. I think this is going to be a good spot. Minnikin ran back to the king's palace as he had done before, but first he went on board the troll ship and took a great quantity of gold and silver and other precious things. And out of these he once more gave to the kitchen maid a whole armful of gold and silver hoops. Okay, so he's just giving her a piece of his stuffs. That's better. Yeah, he is really just bribing her. Stay quiet. No sooner did Ritter see that all the danger was over than he crept down from the tree and threatened the king's daughter till he made her promise. So Could he not hear their conversation? I guess the tree's a little farther away. I don't know. Made her promise that to say that he rescued her. Then he conducted her back to the king's palace, and if honor enough had not been done him before, it certainly was done now. For the king had no other thought than how to make much of the man who had saved his daughter from the three trolls, and it was settled then that Ritter should marry her and receive half the kingdom. And then it starts up on the wedding day. So I'll just take the break here, and we'll pick up when they do the wedding. What a wild ride so far, definitely. This is surely an interesting one if I've ever heard it. Definitely. Okay. I'm going to run an ad quickly. I am sorry I have to, but I do have to. Okay, here we go. Here we go. For those of you that aren't listening to the ad, more wild than last week. Very wild. Unhinged. Completely. That's a freaking baby story. I'm gonna note that this is baby Chuck Norris in my little notebook. The Hey Hey You, Rat Gaming 15, hello. Ooh, thank you for the follow, GT Adri. Thank you for that. I'm gonna do my stretches and things that have been sent to me. Thank you, Lippy. Ooh, sorry. I should say thank you to them actually after the ad, but okay, quick. I normally do a break and do triggers in a break, but I want to go through this. I want to get to this freaking nonsense baby story ending. I don't want to take too much time. Thank you, Lippy. I'm doing your little redeems right now quickly. Okay. But here we go on the wedding day. Oh, jeez. On the wedding day, however, the princess begged that she might have the little boy who was in the kitchen and carried wood and water for the kitchen maid to fill the wine cups at the wedding feast. "Oh, what can you want with that dirty, ragged boy in here?" said Ritter Red. But the princess said that she insisted on having him as a cupbearer and would have no one else. Wouldn't he have seen the little baby? Does he not know? It said that he'd been watching for danger. He would have seen the kid, would he not? Anyway, okay. At last she got leave, and then everything was done as had been agreed on between the princess and Minnikin. Never been invested in a story this stupid. Welcome to my story times. This is just how that goes. I mean, really. It's weird how often it's this unhinged. Okay. It's exactly how they had planned. He spilt a drop on Ritter's plate, but none upon hers, and each time that he did it, Ritter Red fell into a rage and struck him. At the first blow, all the ragged garments which he had worn in the kitchen fell off of Minnikin. At the second blow, the brass garments fell. So he was just putting his clothes over the brass and silver stuff. What? How many layers of clothes? What? This is so man. Oh man, these troll heads are all over the place, and the trolls are going, oh well. No, the trolls are sending the next person. Okay, who's up for next week? You gonna go with it? Okay, good luck, dude. We should probably give him a more challenging troll. How about we do Steve? Sorry, I know, Brad, but you've only got 7 heads. It's really not a step up. You know? Hi, Braddy. Okay. He's literally getting the clothes slapped off of him. What? No, Braddy, there wasn't one earlier, and I'm sorry about that. I missed that. I wasn't up to it. Okay. So the brass garments have come off. At the third, the silver raiment, and there he stood in the golden raiment at the end. which was so bright and splendid that light flashed from it. Then the king's daughter said, "Shame on you, thus to smite the beloved of my heart. It is he who delivered me from the troll, and he is the one whom I will have." Ritter Red swore that he was the man that had saved her, but the king said, "He who delivered my daughter must have some token of it, in proof of it." So Ritter Red ran off at once for his handkerchief and the lungs and tongue, and Minnikin went and brought all the gold and silver and precious things which he had taken out of the troll's ships, and they each of them laid these tokens before the king. This is just the king's way. He's going to choose baby Norris because, well, he gave me money. He gave me gold. You gave me rotten organs. This is 3 weeks old, weirdo. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. He who has such precious things in gold and silver and diamonds, see, yep, said the king, must be the one who killed the troll, for such things are not to be had anywhere else. Yes, they are. Other places have money. If he could tell the kitchen maid that the hoops he got were from a pail, it could have come from there. Okay, oh my gosh. So Ritter Red was thrown into the snake pit. 1, they have a snake pit. Interesting. 2, really aggressive, but okay. And Minnikin was to have the princess and half the kingdom. What? Okay. One day the king went out walking with Minnikin, and Minnikin asked him if he had never had any other children. So the king's asking about a second princess or prince? Okay. Oh, ooh, sorry. I was the whole day without internet. Ooh, yikes. You don't know your name was Raven. I have a character in my book called Raven. She's... Oh, cool. Thanks for welcome, y'all. They would be really smelly. They would. Maybe they're big coins, like troll-sized coins. He said it was hoops, and he said that they were off of a pail, so like they have to make sense to fit that, right? Unless the story is kind of implying like it really is full on a bribe, and like the kitchen maid is just looking the other way at the improbability of it. Like, where'd you get that? You know, it fell off a truck. Yeah, it fell off a truck. I gotcha. Winks, winks, winks. She don't wink very well. Okay. But she just blinks. Okay, go sleeps then, but glad you got internets again. Take care. Oh my gosh, you little shits. The rage puffings. We haven't even done it yet. I don't know if we'll have time to get to both of them. But okay. Great. Alright. Anyway, here we go. Right. So he said, yeah, the one that has money obviously is the one that gets it. And that guy goes to the thing. He asks if they had any other children. Weird question, but okay, here we go. Yes, said the king, I had another daughter, but the troll carried her away because there was no one who could deliver her. You are going to have one daughter of mine. Okay. But if you can set free the other who has been taken by the troll, you shall willingly have her too, and the other half the kingdom as well. What in the incest? What in the bigamy? Why are you doing this? Why are you having the sisters marry the same guy, maybe? This is a terrible idea. King, what are you doing? No. Ick. Bad. Ah. It's bad enough that the one was going to be treated like an object, because that's what happens in these old stories. But a second one, and you're just emphasizing they're just things. They're people. Okay. Oh, you're excited about bubble wraps, and you're being a little shit about the rage puffings. Thank you for the follow, Cinematique. Thank you for joining us. Welcome in. Okay. I may as well make the attempt, said Minnikin. Always the messed up, in quotes, gentleman sort of person. But I must have an iron rope which is 500 ells long, and then I must have 500 men with me and provisions for 5 weeks, for I have a long voyage before me. How do you, a baby that has been alive max a month, how do you know where you're going, why you would need, how do you know any of these things? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's less odd, but doesn't mean that it's okay. How far did the drill take her, really? And how does the baby know? And why was he asking for a second? Like, why was he asking about that? Well, no. I thought maybe we could get to the point of, okay, so my brother will get the sister, and that's, a little bit weird. But, like, of course not. Okay. So the king said he should have these things, but the king was afraid that he had no ship large enough to carry them all. But as we know, Minnikin absolutely does have the ship for this. But I have a ship of my own, said Minnikin, and he took the one which the old woman had given him out of his pocket. Oh yeah, when are we gonna know that he is a brewer? When are we gonna get that? Provisions for 5 weeks for a literal fucking battalion of dudes. That child just went me. Give me an army and the logistics to run it. Yes. And again, he is a child. We have confirmed. He has said, I want to go with the other children. He is a child. Why is this happening? Okay. The story is taking extra long because I'm interjecting so much, but it is the vibe. I'm here for it. Maybe Chunk didn't get the sensible head. Oh my god. I don't know if... I hope that the other baby, which is the proper Chuck Norris baby, I guess, the first one, King Pippin or something, I hope that he's living a less problematic life. But you just know it's just the exact same one. You know it's the exact same thing. Okay. Yeep. Okay. But I have a ship of my own. Yes, good. Oh, thank you, Dunta. I don't know if it's brilliant. I think it's brain rot, but it's fun. Okay. Think about it, they're huge. It's not like they can have sex with her. What else could they want with her? I don't know what they... their brilliance and brain rot. Maybe. They think she's property. I think that's all they're thinking. So, we don't need to... I don't think in this case. But I don't know what I don't know if I want to think about it. We just know that we gotta go save the other princess. It's just really fucked up that if we do. Okay. Right. But I have a ship of my own, said Minnikin. And he took the one which the old woman out of pocket. The king laughed at him and thought it was only one of his jokes, but Minnikin begged him to just give him what he had asked for, and then he should see something. Then all that Minnikin had asked for was brought, and first he ordered them to lay the cable in the ship, but there was no one who was able to lift it. There was only room for 1 or 2 men at a time in the little bit of a ship. Okay, so you said that you could fit it in your pocket, but 1 or 2 men can be in there at a time? Like, what? It can fit in your pocket, but 2 people can sit in it? All right. Maybe it grows a little bit when you take it out of your pocket. I don't get it. You had a genuine moment. Hang on. What would they... No, it was more of a, hang on, do we need to put this on that right now? Maybe it's time to learn tech etiquette. I'm imagining yeah, exactly, the black pearl. When it got, like, it was just model sized for a bit. It wasn't bottle sized. It was like model. And you're like, why isn't it big yet? And the guy's like, it needs the water, and just tosses it in. And everybody's like, oh no. Yeah, that. Okay. Okay, they said they couldn't get it in. There's no one able to lift it, not room. Then Minnikin himself took hold of the cable and laid 1 or 2 links of it into the ship. And as he threw the links into the ship, he grew bigger. No, into it, the ship grew bigger and bigger. And at last it was so large that the cable and the 500 men and provisions and Minnikin himself had room enough. Okay, so now it's big. Now go over fresh water and salt water, over hill and dale, and do not stop until thou comest to where the king's daughter is. Takes it to the woman he's already married to. Ah, damn it! The other one. She needs the sea. Yes, the sea. Oh my gosh. Okay. Comes to where the king's daughter is, said Minnikin to the ship, and off it went in a moment over land and water till the wind whistled and moaned all around about it. Sorry. When they had sailed thus a long, long way, the ship stopped short in the middle of the sea. Ah, now we have got there, said Minnikin. But how are we to get back again is a very different thing. What? Wouldn't you just take this same ship? What are you expecting, Minnikin? What do you know, oh wise baby? Tell me. That's exactly what all the men on there are saying to themselves. Like, what do you know? Okay. Then he took the cable and tied one end of it around his body. Well, yep, that's gotta be what that's for. Now I must go to the bottom, he said. But when I give a good jerk to the cable, they could barely lift it, and you're gonna jerk it? Okay. And what to come up again, you must pull like one man, or there will be an end of all life, both for you and for me. You'll die too if you don't save me, assholes. Wind and current differences, actually. It's just one of them. Add water ships, of course. Oh, yeah. That's what. Okay, yeah. Okay. So he's given the threat, and I guess he's gonna go. So saying, yeah, he sprang into the water, and yellow bubbles, why yellow, rose up all around him. He sank lower and lower, and at last he came to the bottom. There he saw a large hill with a door in it, and in he went. When he got inside, he found the other princess sitting, sewing. But when she saw Minnikin, she clapped her hands. Are we not underwater anymore? They're just going to talk. They're breathing just fine. I don't know how this hill worked. Maybe it's got like a proper pressure door thing. I don't know. But okay. Heaven be praised, she cried. I've not seen a Christian man since I came here. Who said he was Christian? This baby ditched his parents. And that is actually one of the sins. So, I don't know if he's a Christian. Okay, I have come for you, said Minnikin. Alas, you will not be able to get me, said the king's daughter. It is no use even to think of that. If the troll catches sight of you, he will take your life. You had better tell me about him, said Minnikin. Where is he gone? It would be amusing to see him. Wow. So the king's daughter told Minnikin that the troll was out trying to get hold of someone who could brew 100 lasts of malt at one brewing. For there was to be a feast at the troll's, at which less than that would not be drunk. What? Well, now we know where his third gift from the old women that he blinded came in. Okay. I can do that, said Minnikin. Hey, thanks, blind lady number 3. If only the troll were not so quick-tempered, I might have told him that, answered the princess, but he is so ill-natured that he will tear you to pieces, I fear, as soon as he comes in. But I will try to find some way of doing it. Can you hide yourself here in the cupboard, and then we will see what happens. We have seen this plan before, where the villain is told first, hey, I know of a person that can help, but you gotta be ready. Okay, now come out, dude. Ooh, follower Golmet, thank you. Thank you for joining, Cozy Kyun. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Yee. 675. Or 74. Yeah, 75 people. That's not. Ooh, is a Christian? He ain't in it. Don't rip out the eyes of people to get what we want. Well, I mean, what else were the, oh my god, the Crusades. My brain was like, how did I forget the name? People do all kinds of things. But, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but then I realized it's more simplest to bring logic into this. It is. You're right. Okay. So now we gotta figure out how to get this troll to let him give him the beer. Alright. Then, okay. No. Here it is. He's hiding in the Minnikin did this, hiding in the cupboard. And almost before he had crept into the cupboard and hidden himself so very quickly, came the troll. Huff! What a smell of Christian's man's blood! So a little bit different from the other giant Christian man bones stuff, but similar. Oh, well. Nice to meet you too. Okay. Yes, a bird flew over the roof with a Christian man's bone in his bill and let it fall down our chimney, answered the princess. A bird underwater? A bird underwater? No. Were we not underwater? Did I misunderstand this? What? Okay. Yeah, a lot of the villains in these old stories aren't really trolls. They're just people of different ethnicities, literally. Like, it's not. Penguin? Where's a penguin? Oh, it's a penguin that. You're right, it could have been a penguin. You're right. Thank you, Dumda. Although, how dare you bring logic back into this story? Okay. Whew. Okay, if I raid you? Yes, feel free. They're just joining a very unhinged story, so we'll have to give a summary. Oh, we're never gonna get. This is gonna have to be the last story, and then a bunch of redeems, probably. Goodness, how do we explain this story? I guess just that there was a baby. That is unhinged. There you go. Of course, take your time. I think we're gonna try and get to the end of the troll. That'll be a good place to be able to break for this. Okay, so some bird with bones. Anyway, I made haste enough to get it away again, but it must be that which smells, so notwithstanding. Yes, it must be that, said the troll. That must be the smell. Then the princess asked if he had got hold of anyone who could brew 100 lasts of malt at one brewing. No, there is no one who can do it, said the troll. A short time since there was a man here who said he could do it, said the king's daughter. How clever you always are, said the troll. How could you let him go away? You must have known that I was just wanting a man of that kind. Well, But I did let him go after all, said the princess, but father is so quick-tempered, so I hid him in the cupboard. Who is so quick-tempered? Are you referring to the troll as your father? Woman? No? No? Okay, you're headed off to bed. Okay, good night, Cage. Thank you. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Wow. I'm just... these reactions are so good. Thank you. I mean, wow. This princess. Enjoy this one on Fun again. For sure. I must remember to upload it ASAP. Okay. Whew. Oh, boss. Baby becomes badass in days, kills 3 trolls, stops someone who tries to usurp the throne, takes the princess as a bride, and has to rescue the princess sister. Yeah, I think I would add some of the little character in, but I will keep that in mind to know the very significant points. Because baby becomes badass in days, we forget that there is another one out there. He literally exited the womb. Said he had to leave because the woman had too many kids. I feel like that's important for our friends to join in on knowing. But okay. But father is so quick-tempered. Troll is so quick-tempered. So I hid him in the cupboard. But if father has not found anyone, then the man is still here. Let him come in, said the troll. They sounds like the troll and the woman are actually like perfectly like communicating. She didn't want to stay here though, so but it sounds like the troll isn't so violent or awful. But okay. Can also breathe underwater apparently. I in my head it's like it's one of those pressure doors, you know, he stepped in and then everything drained. I don't know. Whatever. Air pockets. Okay. Let him come in, said the troll. When Minnikin came, the troll asked if it were true. If it were true that he could brew 1,000 lasts of malt at one brewing. Yes, said Minnikin, it is. It is well then that I have lighted on thee, said the troll. Oh, okay. Fall to work this very minute, but heaven help thee if thou dost not brew the ale strong. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, wow. Lots of peoples. I'm scared. Hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Cozy Kyun. Raiders. That's not what I'm saying. Raiders. Hello, hello. We're reading a very unhinged story, and I apologize in advance. We'll give you a quick rundown. It's nonsense, I promise. So, good luck. Okay. Alright. So, very unhinged. If everyone's in, settle in. Give me a quick hi, any one of you in the chat, and I'll give you the thing. I know sometimes it can take a second for the raiders to come in. It's sure something. Okay, we'll pick up. I have it highlighted what line we were at, and I'll just reread that one when we're good. Yeah, we're still adding a couple more people at least, so okay, it's okay if you don't understand. I've been here for the whole thing and I'm still lost. Anyway, I'm up. Oh, okay, Dum Dum, good night. Or whatever time zone. Bye-bye. Oof. I think there has been a skunk nearby. Oh no. Okay, do the work thing. Yes, that's what it is. Good morning. Like, I'm pretty sure you were not. Oh god. Someone got skunked near me. It's very evident. But okay, everybody that's in. Alright. Please, refresh. the stream if you have come back in. But alright, I'm gonna give a quick summary of this insane story. No, this is a skunk. Um it is decidedly a skunk. Please take care of my whispers. They'll be on their best behavior, I promise. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Um, I won't be. This story is not great. I'll be better than I have been, probably. There's been worse. But, yeah. Okay, so step 1. Oh, yes, take care, Cozy. You go ahead, rest, sleep well. Look after yourself after your stream. Bye-bye. Thank you for trusting them with me. Okay. So step 1 of this story. We have a woman and man that have way too many kids. And by way too many kids, I mean way too many kids. Dad left for wood. And I mean, considering this is an old fairy tale, it's kind of unhinged that they have this. Literally has him saying that he's leaving for some firewood and then we do not hear of him again. But he left because he was like, I don't want to hear the baby anymore. I don't want to see them. I'm leaving. For milk or cigarettes, yeah. And then as the babies are being born, the baby is being born, so mom's alone and there's a bunch of kids already. She has baby, and baby, fresh out of the womb, says, oh goodness, you have way too many kids, woman. Give me some clothes and some food and I'm get out of here. I'm gonna go get my fortune. But I'm out of here. You have too many children. And he does. Little dude just is gone. Literally minutes old and is out. And then there's a second child. There is the twin that is not far behind, and he does the exact same thing. And it's ridiculous. Of course, Cozy. Yes. Yes, it does. So then the second one is born, and he says the same shit, and also is out. They meet each other, they give each other their names, and then weirdly they keep trying to split up and then run back into each other, and then split up and run back into each other. Weird time. But we're following the younger child. I don't think we're ever going to find out what happened to the older of the two of these. They're ridiculous. But anyway, here we go. Yes, thank you for sending out that shout out. I was focusing on story. Babies are off. First thing baby does once he's properly on his own, our youngest of the twins, steals an old woman's eyeball. She has one eye and he steals it from her, and he uses it to blackmail her. Give me something. She gives him a sword that can defeat an army. He does this to 2 more old women for a magic boat that's big and nice, and the last one she teaches him how to make a bunch of malt in one brewing. Then he's off on his way. He uses the ship to sail on the land and stuff, because it's magic, to get to a king, and obviously was planning to scam the king, but the king has his own problems because his princess and there's trolls. And so little dude saves the princess from the first troll, and he has to do that a couple times. Old fairy tales, repetition. And there's another guy that tries to take the credit. We have to defeat that guy. And then finally, he's walking with the king after he's won the princess. And he asks him if he's had any other kids. Oh my gosh, Violet! We just had a raid and I'm giving this story breakdown. I'm gonna have to start over. Okay, present your cheese. I will present cheese. Hi, bye. Hi. Where is my cheeses? Where's my cheeses? Rat tosses. Double raid. And Turtle, thank you for the subscribe. Some other people were doing that. I've got to drop some money frogs. We have a tradition here when someone gifts, subscribes, whatever. We do money frogs. Money frog. I've presented my cheese. I have done money frogs. And I'm going to have to tell you all once more the beginnings of this ridiculous story, because otherwise you won't know why I'm so unhinged right now. Thank you for the follow, Allison. Everything's moving. I can't give up. Allison Pereira07. And then also thank you. Welcome, Tone Player 5796. Thank you. Welcome in. Okay, everybody. Hellos. Be sure to reload and settle in here. Okay. Streamline. Try and be quick. We have an unhinged story. Here's how it go. We have a family that has way too many kids, and the mom is having another one, and the dad is like, nope, too many kids. I'm out. I'm gonna go get firewood, and is never heard from again. Just like going for milk. Then we have first baby. Whips out. First thing he does. Says in perfect English, wow, you have too many kids. Give me some food and clothes and I'm out. Because you got too many kids, woman. I'm going to go get my own life. Oh, thank you for the subscription gifted. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Look at that. Bye. You have my frogs. I'm going to do more monies. We have to drop the monies. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so that baby is like, I am out. No more of this. And then there's a second baby. And this baby says the exact same fucking shit. And he's like, yo, woman, you got too many fucking kids. And he is gone. This is fine. Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna try and run through this because I'm not always great at being focused. So, okay. No, these babies are like, Mom, you crazy. I'm out. You got too many kids. Get away. And so they leave. And as they're walking, the one catches up to the other one because he left before his brother was born. And they get their names. They start leaving. Weirdly enough, they go on their separate ways and bump back into each other twice because they just can't escape from each other. And these children, these newborns, these less than a day old children don't seem to understand that you can have family. You can have a support system. Why are you running from the only people you know? But okay, they ditch, they leave. And the first thing this baby does on his proper independence, because we're following the younger kid, he's Minnikin, and the first baby, well, before we knew his name, we called him Baby Chuck Norris, but then there was a second Baby Chuck Norris, so what were we to do? It's Minnikin, and the older one was King Pippin. He named himself King. It's great. Yeah, there's new frogs, lots to play with. Minnikin then goes and meets an old woman with one eye, and he steals her eye. First thing he does is steal an old woman's eye. Makes a blind woman more blind, and then leverages that, says, give me something, and she gives him a magical sword that will cut down anybody. And then he does it again. He finds two more women, old woman with one eye, and he steals their eye, and he gets a magic ship, and then he gets taught how to make a bunch of malt in one brewing, and then he uses the magic ship to go to the king. He's like, okay, now I'm gonna go to the king's palace, very clearly planning the next scam. What does he do then, you ask? Well, whatever he was planning falls apart because the king already he gives back the eyeballs. He does. He just steals them to get something else out of you. So, he would steal your eyes to get your magic. Like, he would do it. These fucking babies are unhinged. I have to imagine the other baby is just as bad. But every time he speaks, he's like fully eloquent. He sounds like he's a 40-year-old in a baby body, and it's weird. Because story. But okay, now he's at the king's palace, and whatever he was gonna do, the king has a princess who's threatened because trolls, and there's a whole thing that they're doing. So he's got to deal that. He's got to save the princess. Somebody else is taking the credit, though. Coward asshole dude. And then, okay, we defeated them, but now we got to prove that it's me and not the coward asshole. So he does. And he's going to get married. And then he's walking with the king and is like, you got any other kids? And he's like, you know what? I do have another daughter that was already taken by the trolls. No one saved her. But if you go get her, you can also marry her. The what? So he can have the 2 sisters as his wives and all of the kingdom, and that's great. Step on his foot. Oh, to be fair, these trolls hit him, or maybe they miss, but it's unclear. These trolls strike at this baby hard enough for ground to go flying up to 15 feet in the air. And he says, that didn't even hurt every time. 'Tis but a scratch. And then he chops off their heads. So stomping on his foot, I guess, wouldn't affect this fucking Chuck Norris baby. Hi everybody, thank you for following. I'm trying to just tell the story. Normally I'd be addressing every one of you, but oh my gosh. And thank you, Spencer, for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you. But oh my gosh, we're not even there yet. We aren't even caught back up. He doesn't reverse backwards. He just starts off immediately old. And there's a second one floating around somewhere too. Theoretically in the West Hemisphere or whatever. Which makes sense. He's going to Old West stuff. Goes west. But okay. So he's been told to go save the other princess. And so they sail, and he's got a whole fleet of men and this iron chain, and he goes down sort of underwater, sort of not. They don't address it. He goes into a hill, into a door, and they can breathe and talk fine. They don't talk about it, but I have to imagine they're no longer in water. I don't know. And the princess is saying, like, well, you know, the troll is throwing a party and he needs someone that can brew a bunch of beer. And I'm like, okay, finally, he's going to use the last old lady gift. So here we are. We're just about to get to that. I was pretty unhinged because the princess, once the troll came in, was like, father is so quick-tempered. Referring to the troll, I think. And so, why are you calling your captor the troll father? It is Minnikin, and it's a story in a fairy tale book that's called the Red Fairy Book. It's nuts. Okay, so here we are. Minnikin has come out of the cupboard now. He's safe to pop out because the princess hid him for safety because the troll would get angry at seeing someone. And we've established that we need a brewer. Okay? Okay, here we are. It is well that I have lighted on these, said the troll. Fall to work this very minute, but heaven help thee if thou dost not brew the ale strong. Oh, it shall taste well, said Minnikin, and at once set himself to work to brew. Okay, here we are. We're really in it. Okay. But I must have more trolls to help to carry what is wanted, said Minnikin. These that I have are good for nothing. What trolls? You don't have trolls. What the hell are you talking about? It didn't say troll with a capital T, but I don't know what's happening. Okay. All right. So he got more. So many that there was a swarm of them. Okay. And then the brewing went on. Then the sweet wort was ready. When the sweet wort was ready, they were all, as a matter of course, anxious to taste it. Yes, Andrew Lang, you got it. You found it. That's him. Red Fairy Book. There's some unhinged stories. We've had a fun time. Okay. Oh yeah, and everybody that's listening, I have a YouTube that has all my story reading VODs up. The only ones I haven't put up are, yeah, but you could, all the Andrew Lang are up there, and I put it in the description which stories I read from these as well. So if you want to go check out the YouTube, I don't think my mods are here, so there we go. You can go there, and there's the VODs, and there you have this. Okay. Ooh, you're getting it. Nice. Okay. All right. But then you can listen to all the stories. They exist. You can listen back to them if you want them. Okay. So he's got all these guys going. Everybody's anxious to taste it. First, the troll himself and then the others. But Minnikin had brewed the wort so strong that they all fell down dead. Oh no. Like so many flies, as soon as they had drunk any of it. This baby's gonna drink it, isn't he? He's gonna be like, I just drank. I don't feel anything, because he's a total fucking Chuck Norris baby. Ooh, thank you for the sub. Ooh, nice Riz. I can't be distracted. Oh my gosh, I need to focus. Okay. At last there was no one left but one wretched old hag who was lying behind the stove. Or poor old creature, said Minnikin. You shall have a taste of the wort too, like the rest. So he went away and scooped up a little from the bottom of the brewing vat in a milk pan and gave it to her. And then she was quit of the whole of them. And then he was quit of the whole of them. Okay, so yes, all of them have passed out. Ridiculously drunk. Lovely. This baby is getting everyone drunk. That didn't hit me until now. This old woman taught an infant how to make booze. And I know back then that was kind of just like water, because like clean water was hard to get some places, but like he made it so strong. This child, we have estimated that he's like a month old, and then he went on his journey, and so maybe he's like almost a year at this point. But he's also been like referred to as a child, and he refers to himself as a child, but then he is also married. And like, he's insane. But still, this is okay. Anyway, yeah, they're all drunk and passed out. While Minnikin was now standing there looking about him, he cast his eye on a large chest. Oh yeah, where's the princess though? Okay. This he took and filled it with gold and silver, and then he tied the cable round himself and the princess and the chest, and tugged at the rope with all his might, whereupon his men drew them up safe and sound. Okay, he did it, and he's stealing some stuff away too. I mean, he is a scam artist. This man is after his fortune. That's all he cares about. I'm glad he got some more gold. There are some other weird turns of this story when you read it yourself. But anyway, okay. As soon as Minnikin had got safely on his ship again, he said, Now go over salt water and fresh water, over hill and dale, and do not stop until thou comest unto the king's palace. And in a moment the ship went off so fast that the yellow foam rose up all around about it. Why yellow? Okay. When those who were in the king's palace saw the ship, they lost no time in going to meet him with song and music, and thus they marched up towards Minnikin with great rejoicings. But the gladdest of all was the king, for now he had got his other daughter back again. Yay! But now Minnikin was not happy, for both the princesses wanted to have him. Oh, so he's not going to keep them both. Okay, cool. And he wanted to have none other than the one whom he had first saved, and she was the younger. Do we give a fuck? Come on. For this cause, he was continually walking backwards and forwards, thinking how he could contrive to get her, and yet do nothing that was unkind to her sister. Okay. One day, when he was walking about and thinking of this, it came into his mind that if he only had his brother, King Pippin, with him, who was so like himself, you are twins, that no one could distinguish the one from the other, he could let him have the elder princess and half the kingdom. As for himself, he thought, the other half was quite enough. As soon as this thought occurred to him, he went outside to the palace and called for King Pippin, but no one came. So he called a second time, and a little louder, but no, still no one came. So Minnikin called for the third time, and with all his might, and there stood his brother by his side, 'cause magic. I told you that you were not to call me unless you were in the utmost need. Yeah, I gotta say, he did say that. This isn't exactly you in the utmost need, buddy, but okay. He said to Minnikin, and there is not even so much as a who would do you any harm. And with that he gave Minnikin such a blow that he rolled over on the grass. It is the baby fight! Baby fight! Baby fight! Yay! Shame on you to strike me, said Minnikin. First have I won the princess and half the kingdom, and then the other princess and the other half the kingdom, and now I was just thinking that I would give you one of the princesses and one of the halves of the kingdom. Do you think you have any reason to give me such a blow? Well, he told you that if you had done it when you shouldn't have, he would get pretty upset, so I think it fits. But okay. When King Pippin heard that, he begged his brother's pardon, and they were reconciled at once and became good friends. No, baby fight. Okay. Now, as you know, said Minnikin, we are so like each other that no one can tell one of us from the other, so just change clothes with me and go up to the palace, and then the princess will think that I am coming in, and the one who kisses you first shall be yours, and I will have the other. For he knew that the elder princess was the stronger, so he could very well guess how things would go. So he thinks the princesses will fight each other when they go through, and the stronger one will win? Why does her being stronger mean that she'll kiss him first? Oh goodness, okay. King Pippin at once agreed to this. He changed clothes with his brother and went into the palace. When he entered the princess's apartments, they believed that he was Minnikin, and both of them ran up to him at once, but the elder, who was bigger and stronger, pushed her sister aside. Yeah, exactly. And threw her arms around King Pippin's neck and kissed him. So he got her to wife, and Minnikin the younger sister. It will be easy to understand that 2 weddings took place. Oh, I thought the first one already happened. Okay. And they were so magnificent that they were heard of and talked about all over 7 kingdoms. The end. Baby fight. Wow. Oh, goodness. Sorry, that was not a good love. Dang. Sorry about that. Okay, well that was Minnikin. Oh, this whole time it's been on current trigger. It's supposed to say now reading like this. How did I not notice it in all of this time? Okay, well, anyway. Now we are going to triggers. I have finished the story, and considering I normally end in like 5 minutes, I am just going to do the redeems. I'm not going to read any more stories, I don't think. I've been very tired, but that story did energize me a lot. It was unhinged enough. I will do the redeems. I will do all of them, and then we will wrap up. But I need to say no more redeems after this. Okay, so Turtle Boy, you got the last one in. We'll be ending with keys tonight. No more after that. So here we go. Okay. Turtle Boy, no. I said your keys was it. So I'm going to... maybe I'll just do humming first. I like the humming. We're not doing any more. Okay, done. Stop. I'm being a pushover right now. I need to not. I need to go to bed. But okay, thank you so much, everybody that's joined. We're still going to do all this, but I'm going to stop talking as much. So yeah. Okay. Whew. Chaos. All right, so press start. I think already left. Cage, I thought you left. Go bed. Go bed, Cage. Shh, go. I have tappy taps to do instead. Okay. Got caught up in the giggles. Fair enough. Okay. Oh, okay. No, it's okay. It's all right. Like I said it. I said yes to it, so I was like, okay. Okay, go to sleep. See, even Vi says it. Go to sleep. Thanks for the backup, Vi. All right. Tappy taps. Let's do this. Let's do this. I think they already left. But 4 press start. Oh. What was the exact words? Genarium, we already have bubble wrap pops lined up, and I said no more, so I'm going to redeem that one. But current water container, that was the words, okay. All right. Cephas for the week. No. It's really not. Everybody needs. Okay, so here is Tappy Taps. I don't know how much people are gonna like this. It's a reused, probably too many times at this point, water bottle. I know I don't like plastic water bottles, but I reuse them until they're disgusting, so it's worth it. Okay, here we go. Need to fix. There we go. Hi, Mask. You don't believe I can have this many people in my normal stream? How rude. It is over 100 more than average lately, so fair. We had two different raiders. We had Vi and we had Cozy Kyun, so we had two of those. It's been going well, but now we'll do rage puffing, so I'm giving a big warning to everyone. Oh, it's okay. That's why I said it joke. It's okay. Okay, so... Ooh, what was that sound? I'm scared. Oh no. So rage puffing. Here's a little... Your warning. This came about... Oh no. Come on. Eee. This came about because once upon a time we had someone, I forget who now, saw my page ruffling trigger where I ruffle the pages in a book. And par for the course here to be. I mean, honestly, yeah. But like, this is what I'm known for? That's so concerning. Okay, sorry. We had someone read page ruffling and the letters switched around for them and it became rage puffing. And so I said, actually, that makes me think of the sound of like Karens or someone, getting stuck in an argument, getting put in their place. So that's what we're gonna do. It's usually fairly short and it's ridiculous and it's been called different things, but I like it. Rage puffing. Vi, if you steal this from me, I'll fight you. This is mine. I'm joking, but like, it is such a thing. It is a time. And it usually gets, like, when it gets as many redeems as it can sometimes. And so I had to put a harsh cooldown and such on it. So it's a rare one, theoretically, but it still happens all the time now. Okay, rage puffing. It really is. Where's your manager? It's on the tip of their tongue. It really is. You could absolutely take it, but is it not ridiculous? Is it not ridiculous? We have another one in the queue, so I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Because when I end up just laughing too much at it, and I can't do it very well when I'm just laughing. It's just not the same. So, okay, we'll be having another rage puffing because Bratty redeemed it as he left, knowing that it has a harsh one per person. So, yeah. Puffing facts and rage. Yes. Okay. Singing frog. Oh no. Come on, ding. There. Okay. Cage. Somebody give a good proper bonk. We don't have bonk command. But yes, I appreciate the slap for that, turtle boy. Okay. All right. Singing Frog. Another classic. All right. Aw. Yes, good reason. And I definitely understand the inability to lurk. I usually do that too. Oh. We have hydrate and posture check and stretch. Should have done those earlier. Goodness. Hydrated. Postured. Quick back twists. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna do the bubble wrap and then the rage puffing, because we did still very recently have the rage puffing. However, plum and rabbit similar. They're both purple except for the rabbit. What the fuck, Genarium? What are you doing? You are ridiculous. It's wonderful. Okay. Oh, this is a good slap. Okay. I try to lurk when I lurk, but sometimes I'm super tempted to keep yapping. Yeah. Okay, bubble wrap is. Bubble. Puppies. Okay. Okay, yes, please. Feel free to actually lurk, people. This is a great time to just go beds. There's no more story. There's just good little triggers. Well, there's one more silly trigger. But then it's just triggers. Okay. Here we go. Okay, that is our bubble wraps. All right. More rage puffing. Rage puffing. Rage puffing. All right. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, you really are a person named Anonymous Gifter. Now I know who it's been all this time. You're so nice. You're so nice to always be anonymously be gifting. Thank you. Yeah, it did look like that. It said poppies. Sorry, I am tired. Okay. Little bit of rage puffing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. That was just sounds so sad. This is not rage. This is sad. When you mean this coupon is expired. See your little thing. This one was a much more sad puffing. They just gave up. They sounded like they was gonna cry, and then they gave up. Just when you just got the whole collection for 80, save roughly 57 on all new hardbacks. The whole new collection of all of Andrew Lang? What did you get for the collection? Was it all the fairy tale? What? I want to know. I want to know. And I want to know how big they are. Because I can't imagine they'd be very big based on the size of the stories that I read here. But then again, some of them really are very long. But I want to know. The fairy books. Okay, so all of the fairy books. Wow. That's awesome. That's cool. Now you can keep up with me. You can tell me, shut up, Raven. You didn't read it right. That was wrong. 356. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It do. Okay. All right. I'm going to do singing bowl, humming, keys, and then we are wrapping up, just so y'all know. Singing bowl. Okay. Typing from far away. Okay. Yeah, of course, it will be a little bit different. But alright, that's cool. I bet it looks really nice too. Maybe it's got that gold on the edge of the paper, you know, because it's a fancy. Yeah. Okay, singing bowl. Here we go. Oh, sorry. And there's the singing bowl all wrapped up. Sorry for the little scratchies. I'm usually good enough that I don't have that little scratchy sound. Okay, so it should be there soon. It's very fair to not do the books. Very fair. I get tripped up a bunch. I'll take this hydrate. Sounds like you need to dream on it, Turtle Boy. I think the the fairy tales here that are all pretty much just backwards dream, sleep deprived brain logic would suggest go for crazy. Be inspired by that. I don't know any fiction books, but that short story was a decent read for me. Thank you. And trust me, there are more just like it. There are so many in this. I will warn you that there's some that have some bad bits, you know, old wordings that, you know, didn't have as nasty a connotation then, or some of them still had nasty connotation, but, you know, we don't use them now. They still use a little bit there. And then lots of little hidden nasty stuff, yeah. So you'll bump into some of that here and there, but you'll be in charge of that, and you're the one that gets to own that book. Yeah, you're fine with it. It's good. You'll enjoy it. It'll be a lot of unhinged. Yeah, you're probably used to it a little bit. For the most part, they're good. They don't say things outwardly awful for the most part, but I have starred a couple of these that are like, do not go back to this at all. Or, if only we could chop this story up and keep the okay bits. But oof, okay. I'm going to do some humming and then keys, and then we go beds. Yay, we'll all go beds. I'm not even gonna raid because you all need to go beds, and I'm going so late. Anyway, okay. Wouldn't work with the poem. I know how. Idea wanted phrasing to match my current pattern. Oh yeah, no, I get that. Pull out thesaurus.com. Scooby Bobby, we're not gonna do any more redeems after the keys. I will refund you these right now. We can do these another time, another stream. You're not going to convince me to stick around. There was a stream where people convinced me to stay long and they shouldn't have. But I was convinced. We're not doing that. I'm going to bed. I needs it. You just want to waste them. No, save them. I could be doing another thing where you have to pay in to get another spicy stream. You'll want to save your points for something like that, won't you? Ooh, okay, cool. Thank you for joining Discord. Yeah, join the Discords, join the YouTubes. There's fun. Okay, humming. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, the spicy stream we did one. It's just me reading and laughing through, just like these stories. But I read a fan fiction. I've only done it once, and I was very nervous about being banned. But I think I know what I'm supposed to do now. But I'm still. Apparently, the rules are not rules. They will choose what they want. Why is my mic suddenly less? I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. I think we will do our last trigger, and then it is bed. Yay. Keys. Here we go. Okay, there was our keys. Heading with the best trigger. Glad you like that. Ooh, funny you say that. I am planning to eventually get my butt around to making like 5 or 10 minute, depending on different sounds, videos for YouTube, but it will probably take me forever, for 5 ever, because things are going very slowly and I have so many other things that I want to do for y'all, but I have not gotten to hardly any of them yet. And I'm disappointed in self, but I will do them eventually. I have kicked butt on making emotes. I will give myself that. I made a bunch of fun frog emotes. So subscribe and get one of those. Or there's the first 5 that are free. 10 minutes of rage puffing. I think we'll get lucky if we can pull off a 1 minute rage puffing, a 2 minute rage puffing. But the others probably 5s, 10s. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to my raiders. Thank you to everybody that stuck around and stuff. And normally I do raid out, but let's go bed. Thanks for watching. I'll be doing an origami stream in my quote-unquote afternoon stream, and then I'll be doing more stories tomorrow night. So join us for one of those if you'd like. Okay, thank you so much. At least you've started. I have a problem getting my foot through the door to start projects. Yes, I started filming how-tos for the different origamis. That is what I've managed to film so far, but I have not put them together just yet. We making out of the suburbs with this one. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night. Take care, all. All right. Bye-bye.